Yo guys, welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. It's good to be back. It's been 2 years since I started watching anime, and I've been reminiscing to the first anime I watched, which was Attack on Titan. And it had me thinking, if it wasn't for like the first two episodes of Attack on Titan being that good, I don't think I would have ever started watching anime properly. Like, I cannot give the credit of the first two episodes of Attack on Titan enough credit because, dude, I'm telling you, it is honestly some of the best piece of fiction ever. And this is coming from a person who never liked anime at all. I used to clown people on this until I watched it and I was like, damn, this is one of them ones. So for this video, we're just gonna have a look back at those first two episodes again. Because why the hell not? That being said, I will try my best not to have any spoilers in this because I really do believe for a true AOT experience, not having it spoiled for you is really one of the best things out there. So I'm going to try to refrain from spoilers, but if I do spoil some things, I do apologize. Obviously, I'm talking about the first two episodes, so take that in mind. I think the opening scene sets up the show so well. Just seeing the three protagonists in Eren, Armin, and Mikasa just standing there, all in shock with this big ass Titan right there, bro. It's insane. The idea of all of humanity being confined into walls was absolutely sick. And I love how they did it in the point of like, if you go out these walls, you are almost guaranteed a death with these Titans just roaming around. And the thing with Eren, he's just like, bro, screw all that noise. I want to be free. I want to do these things. I want to go explore. Just before the epic title card plays, you see some of the scouts are out there on a mission to slay one of the Titans. And then you see them come back. I love the show for what they do here because they show the scouts are absolutely decimated here. Bro, not one of them are smiling. They're all hurt. They're bruised. They're battered. They're not shying away from like, yo, this is not the life you want. But like to Eren, these are their heroes. These are the fighters for humanity. These are the people who want humanity to be free. Eren is smiling at the commanders as they're passing through the town. But the thing is, all of them have their head down like they're ashamed. They haven't accomplished anything. And that's the truth. They've lost so many soldiers just there. The scene of the mother crying about where her son is, bro, that is dark. I can't imagine living in a world where like, if they go out like that, that's the last time you could ever see somebody. Considering Eren is the main protagonist in the show, he obviously wants to join the scouts. He's like, hey, this is my way to fight the Titans. This way for us to get our freedom back. I understand that. I get that. Obviously, mom doesn't really agree with all that lifestyle. But then the dad's just like, bro, just let him be a kid. If he wants to do that, let him do that. In fact, we'll talk about it. Eren and Mikasa obviously go off after being told off by his mom. And the next thing you know, we meet Armin. Armin in the first few episodes doesn't really do too much. He's kind of like the philosopher of the entire group between Eren, Mikasa, and him. He's essentially saying humanity is doomed. It's only a matter of time as to when that's going to happen, which is amazing foreshadowing because literally 2 minutes later, a big ass Titan appears. Yes, that exact same time we saw at the very start of the show appears right now. And honestly, the moment is epic. So epic enough that I'm going to allow it to play so you guys can understand what's really going on here.
一体何が見えるってんだよ。そんなあの壁は50メートルだぞ。やつだ。巨人だ。
For 100 years, they've been relatively safe within the walls from Titan invasion because they've never been Titans big enough to actually get over that wall until that Colossal Titan appears. The Colossal Titan absolutely boots the wall and then bang, leaves a gateway for the Titans to appear, and then it's just a bloodbath. And this is where I'm like, oh shit, as a viewer, this is it. Bro, people screaming, panicking, they don't know what to do. They've never experienced anything like this before. And for me as a first time viewer, I'm like, oh my gosh, they're so cooked. Because I've never seen anything like this within the first episode. I've never seen the protagonist in a situation where it's so over. The way they're able to build tension in these scenes were absolutely amazing. Eren rushing back home to find his mother crushed and everything like that, bro, it's insane. And not that kind of crushed. Get your mind out of the gutter. They build the tension so well that I'm going to allow some clips to play here and there so you can really understand what's really going on here.
母さん 連れて逃げなさい。早く。逃げたいよ俺は。早く出てくれよ。母さんの足も瓦礫に潰されて、ここから出られたとしても走れない。わかるだろ。俺が担いで逃げるよ。どうしていつも母さんの言うことを聞かないの。最後から言うことを聞いてよ。ミカさん。
Now, Deep, this scene with Hans right now, bro, I'm not gonna lie. I thought this was gonna be a very generic thing that's gonna happen here. I really thought Hans was gonna swoop in, save the day, do this and that, because that's what I was expecting. I was like, oh, this is anime. I didn't really think too much of it. Because at the start of the episode, he's talking all this big game that like, oh yeah, I can do this, come on. And then you get to the point where like he has to prove himself, and then he folds so badly.
Hey, I'm a trained soldier. My skill set is killing titans and saving lives!
No way! Don't do this, please!
Nothing fancy. Just take it down. Get all three of them out of harm's way. Make good on the debt you owe!
Please don't say goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. My heart keeps stopping by. Whoa, 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 whoa. No cry, no cry, no cry. I don't wanna say goodbye.
Here's the crazy thing though, I don't blame bro at all. If I was staring at a 20-feet monster that eats humans for breakfast, I would immediately freeze as well. I don't blame him at all. Again, I'm not gonna lie, I'm just gonna let this play out because again, this scene was absolutely insane for a first watch. Seeing it for the first time, bro, I think I cried, I'm not gonna lie. Even though I just met these characters and everything like that, I was so immersed in the story up until that point. I was like, damn, this is rough. Because can you imagine the entire world like that? Gone. Seeing your mother die in the most brutal way possible. Body broken and then oh my gosh, it's bad. I can only imagine the trauma that Eren goes through here. And for a first episode for a show, it sets the tone so well that yeah, shit ain't gonna be sweet out here. There's going to be some hardship in this show. The characters will go through stuff, and I absolutely praise it and love it for that. And here's the thing, episode 2 does not slow down. They don't give you a little recap of things. No, they go straight back into the action. Here is more screaming. Here's more people screaming, running away. Here's Titans doing their bits. Bro, it's rough. I love stuff like this because it really just shows human nature at its very core is all about survival, and realistically people don't care about people like that. It shows the desperation of people, like they're boarding the ship and everything, that people are trying to throw people off, they're trying to jump the thing. Bro, it's just like damn. They're talking about they're gonna have to close the inner gate because that's where most of the Titans are. If they close that, they can't get through that. And then obviously there are soldiers there fighting those lines right there, and they're like, hold up, you're gonna leave us behind? Hell no! Now, what I will say, I respect Hans's character because even though he admits to being a coward for leaving Eren's mom to die and everything like that, he doesn't want to leave his comrades to die in those inner walls, and I really respect that. And then that gets treated with the arrival of another Titan. But here's the kicker though. Most of the Titans that we've seen up until this point have just been mindless monsters, just been parading around trying to find humans, just doing whatever. But then this Titan arrives and it has a clear motive in mind. Destroy that gate that they're trying to close. And I'm gonna let that scene play out because my gosh, it is so epic. The arrival of the Armor Titan has got to be one of my favorite scenes in the entire show just because of the sheer tension it builds. It's insane. I had my hand on my head like this, bro, they're cold. Bro, they were finished. The mystery aspect of the show is what makes AOT so great because now I'm thinking, why the hell does this Titan know exactly what it's doing? This was never told to us before. How? Like, what's going on? Again, what I love about this second episode is that they already established the clear motive in this show. Eren by any means is gonna put a stop to all Titans in this world, and I absolutely love it. Like, even though I've only known him for 2 episodes, I've already rallied behind the camera like, yes! He already has enough reason to, like, exterminate all of them. They get to the next location, and Eren is obviously crashing out because he's seen what Titans can do firsthand, and obviously these people beyond these walls don't know anything except for word of mouth. Then they make a promise to join the Corps that fights against Titans, and that's where we get treated to a little time skip. And initially, when I first watched this, I was very confused as to what just happened. I didn't know time skips were a normal thing in anime, so I was very confused. But then I was like, okay, makes sense.
貴様らが巨人の前に立った時、ただの餌のままか、あるいは王を守る名誉ある壁となるか、または巨人を駆逐する栄光ある人類の兵士か、貴様らが決めろ。ああ、俺はなる。巨人を一匹残らず駆逐してやる。
And I'm like, you know what, Eren? Hell yeah! Because that speech made so much sense. Bro, it was sick. And honestly speaking, those first 2 episodes sets up Attack on Titan to be one of the best animes I've ever watched to this day still. I tried not to glaze the show too much because God knows I can. I really can if you want me to. But yeah, if you haven't watched Attack on Titan, go ahead and give it a watch. I promise you, by these first 2 episodes, if you've never even watched anime, watch those 2 episodes. You'll be hooked. I promise you. Because I was once like you. I didn't like anime till I watched this. And now look at me. Anyways, that being said, if you have enjoyed this video, please like, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much again for watching. Until next time, deuces.